I'm going to show you this thing that I found on July 3rd. And it, I used to, during the oil spill, I used to walk I live on the Gulf Coast right here, 7 miles from the Gulf of Mexico and Mississippi. Well, when the oil spill started, I used to go to the bottom of the Gulf and walk the Gulf and look up, hunting for oil, because you can see the oil better from the bottom, from under the water looking up. And on July 3rd, these things suddenly appeared when, of course, BP had no flyovers and wouldn't let anybody go with them, even though media can go into a battle zone and be in with the troops that are actually fighting the war. They were not allowed to go out to the Gulf. BP gave us the footage of what was going on, and they wouldn't let anybody fly over or anything like that. Well, on July 3rd, I found this, and you can see it from pretty high up. I didn't have writing all over it, and if anybody knows anything anywhere else in the world, please let me know. But I've never seen anything like this. I need to uncheck these. I've looked a lot. Of course, I'm not saying there's none in the whole world, but you can see them from way up high if I get these, this writing and all this off of here. These things you can see from pretty high up. There's two. This sort of like a figure 8 is, and then this one down the Gulf Seafloor. And they showed up all of a sudden around July 3rd. And they've been there ever since. They used to be flat. They're just luminescent. I've always called them luminous blobs. They're just luminescent something on the Gulf floor. And I always say that BP left it. That's what BP put on the Gulf floor. And I don't know what it does, but it must be important. I have a video to go with this, exploring those things. But let's see how high up you can see them. I can still see the dot, and I'm almost 1,000 miles up, 934. Well, you can't tell what they are, but they're there. And that's 1,000 miles up. And there. Well, they didn't do anything for a long time, and I quit checking on them for a couple of months. And then, last month, one of my friends, I showed it to one of my friends, and I showed it to, one of my friends, and started looking at it again, and oh my God, they changed, they're evolving, they're bigger, they're lots bigger, they're growing. They used to look three-dimensional, but they were always flat when you go down and look at them. Well, not now. And there's all kind of things happening to them. Let's go down. This is 11,000 feet deep here, and I'm at 5,000 feet. I have to. Whoa! I just passed little hairs. Okay, I'm off of him, I think. You have to have. I'm facing the ground. You have to look up. You have to get all the way down and then look up. Yeah, 11,277 feet where I am right now. Now let me stand up, since I landed on the sea floor on my belly. Okay, and then look around. Can't tell from here. You have to go up to see how big they are, or get closer. It's a lot further apart than they look. Okay, am I between both of them? Well, the other one's somewhere. I think that's two of them. At any rate, I'm going to lay back down on my belly so I can go straight up. And we'll go up about 5,000 feet and you'll see them. What I'm talking about. But they are on the Gulf floor. Been there since July 3rd. but they are growing. Well, they're evolving, morphing, changing. Forever they were just luminescent blobs that just looked the same all the time. And anybody has any idea what they are, let me know. Are they life forms? Are they technology? Are they bioengineered life forms for technology? What are they? But they're luminescent blobs on the Gulf Seafloor, 11,270 feet deep. Pretty far out. Now, I never see clouds forming from or anything like that, but they're important. I don't know why, but they're important. So if anyone has any ideas, please let me know. Just thought I'd share this with the world, or whoever cares to look. Not too many people know about these blobs. But I know they came on July 3rd, and I'm pretty sure that BP put them there. Or whoever BP was working for. I'm sure BP was the excuse. I'm sure that it's not the company that did it. They were the excuse. So that they could have the whole Gulf to themselves and not allow anybody around it. No other countries in the whole world. Even though supposedly it's the worst environmental disaster in the history of the world. And going to kill all kind of stuff and do horrible damage, make a mini ice age in Europe and northern United States and wherever the Atlantic current goes, and all kind of stuff. Even though that we didn't allow anybody to help us. Only had one boom in the whole country supposedly. Right. No, but they wanted the whole Gulf to themselves, and they got it. No matter how stupid their reasoning. And the whole world sat and watched while they did whatever it is they needed to do out there. But it must be a big deal because, okay, I was too close to that one. I've already gotten above the water. Let's go back here. Okay, let's look. I'm looking at this counter. I'm 279 feet above the water. Now I'm 1,000 feet below. Let's see, it's 11,000 feet there. Let's go down 7,000 feet. We'll stand up at 7,000 feet deep, or float standing up. Aha. There's one. I like to see the top of the water so I know that I'm straight up and down. It's growing hairs or whatever. Now it was just a flat thing for months and months and months, and I quit paying attention to them because they never did anything, and then Lord have mercy. And I have a tape I'm going to put with this exploring it. But you can see all the information right here on this page. Now see, if you don't lay back down on your belly, it takes forever to you back up through the Gulf. Way back here. Whoa. If I lay back on my belly, I'll go straight above it. And then go up, then I'll go straight above it. Too slow. Alright, now put, what in the world is that? I was going to put this with the other tape, but that just looks too funky. What is this right here? Has it changed a bunch already? I've got to go see if something's really weird for a minute. Is that just the water doing it? Okay, lay on my belly, which means come south. Looks like there's something sticking out of it. Or almost on my belly. I'm a mile above the water. Now let's go down a little bit. Up 6,000 feet. Stand up and look up. Floating in the water. Oh, too far away. see what I thought I saw, but that looks like a bulge there. Ah! I see eyes. Wow, this is too weird. My Lord. Now look at it. Okay, I'm going to put this with the other tape, and feel free to explore and share what you learn, because I don't know what the hell they are. But they are very interesting, and they're no longer flat. They're growing, got hairs, got all kind of weird stuff. I'll put the other tape with this. Oh, what is all that supposed to be? I'm 10,900 feet deep. 400 feet. 400 and something feet from the bottom. One can explore, but that's just gotten too interesting. Okay, that's enough of that, and I'll put this with the other tape. What BP left on the, what did BP plant them? Did they just set them there? What are they for? But or whoever put them there, while BP's oil spill was used as the excuse to keep everybody away. And y'all have a good day.